The real crypto token, endorsed by Conor McGregor, failed to reach its $1 million minimum fundraising goal, resulting in full refunds for all investors. Despite heavy promotion and McGregor's backing, the sealed bid auction raised only $392,315, just 11% of its maximum target. Real World Gaming, the company behind the token, confirmed the shortfall and announced that all 668 investors will be fully reimbursed. In a statement, RWG said, "We need to be real. We didn't hit our minimum raise. All bids will be refunded in full. This is not the end."
Понедельник, сегодня, да? Вторник, среду. 3 дня вы дежурные. Раджабов, не будут приходить, следующий ты сам будешь дежурный. Ты понял? А ты для чего на день осталось? Я же знаю, я же сказал, я знаю, не пришли, а я же не пришел. Подожди, почему не пришел? Проспал. А ты почему проспал? Я не могу проспать, почему я... Подожди, а что входит у старшего дежурного? Следить за ними. А что ты сделал, чтобы следить? Подождите. Они проспали, они наказаны.
С утра что за хипиш?
Подождите, вопрос у меня к тебе. Вопрос у меня, Раджабов.
Усман,
Что входит...
понять и простить?
Здесь не прощайся. Контроль. Контроль.
What are some of the biggest takeaways that you've gotten from working with the great Khabib the Eagle?
Bro, it's just another level of training with those guys just because their mentality is different. I think that's what separates a lot of them from most fighters. There's no like weakness. There's no weak rounds. Every round is a hard round with their guys. What they all have is they don't want to lose a round. Every single one of the rounds, they're trying to win. I don't care if it's a grappling round, striking round, jiu-jitsu round. It's like they're trying to win every round, and it maybe changed my mentality because I'm more of a, hey, well, let's play spar or flow roll or something like that. Anytime I would do jiu-jitsu, that Khabib would just yell, "Get up, we're not playing jiu-jitsu. This is not jiu-jitsu, this is MMA. Get up off the ground." So we would do MMA every single day.
How do you react to those comments, and also just this notion that, hey, that Michael Chandler guy, he cheats in his fights?
Yeah, I mean, the narrative is tough, man. People don't really know me. Like, unless you're in my inner circle, you don't know who I truly am outside of in front of the camera. People have their sneaky suspicions that I'm some, I play nice in front of the camera and I'm a bad guy behind the camera. You're always going to have those accusations, right? But I know who I am, and I know who I am at my core. I'm a guy who tries to do things right, tries to treat people right, do things with honor and respect. So the cheating narrative is a little tough for me, but also it's all part of the court of public opinion, man. Did I grab Dustin Poirier's mouthpiece? Yes, I did, because I thought it was his chin. I've already addressed that one. Things happen in a fight. Are you going to reach over and grab the cage? Are you going to, get your fingers in the glove? Yeah, those things are going to happen in a fight. In the last fight, Charles Oliveira dug his chin so deep into my eye socket that I thought I was going to go blind, which is illegal. It's an eye gouge, right? He was grabbing my gloves when he was trying to choke me. Like there was these things happen when you're inside of the cage. I would never say that Charles Oliveira is a cheater. His body is reacting and doing things without his brain's permission. All right, you're in fight or flight. Things happen. So it's a tough narrative. With that being said, I also respect Patty for not making a big deal out of it. I mean, I think it's a sign of weakness when you start talking about a guy cheating. The most interesting one to me was Justin Gaethje. Like Justin Gaethje's a savage and like calling me a cheater. I'm like, dude, come on, man. Like it's a little bit of a sign of weakness. But either way, things happen in there. The fans aren't gonna like everything that you do. Fans aren't gonna like you 90% of the time anyway. So it doesn't really matter. So we'll just leave it at that. I am doing exactly what I feel necessary in the fight. The referee, if they tell me to stop, I'm going to stop. There's a lot of things that you do inside the octagon that you're doing, you don't even really realize you're doing, and it's the ref's job to tell you. So we'll see how these next couple fights play out.
I appreciate you talking about that, and we'll move on. I'm
it's
curious.
It's a tough scenario, right? Because
Yeah.
you're also talking to people who have never done it, before, and you're like, well, hey, think back to the next time that you did something you didn't really realize that you did it. Now, put someone within your vicinity who's trying to beat you to death, with a million people screaming, it's interesting, man. But I obviously try to live with honor and integrity, but things happen in there.
All right, guys, we're getting down to fight week, and we're getting down, I don't know, sub 5% body fat. I don't know. So it's about time for you guys to start making all the accusations and speculating about the stack that I'm on. But go to the next slide. I'm just gonna come clean. My whole entire stack is on the next slide.
He loses to Lopez, he's getting knocked out. He's not going to lose a decision to Lopez. Once somebody gets that chin or once somebody gets that jaw, that's another thing. They just don't come back. Not very many times that you can bring a guy back. Guy makes a lot of money. You got to put him in a main event. Guy's got 3 losses in a row. We can't main event him. What do we do? And many times you go to the only other option, which is you stop doing it. It's also a very good matchup for Volk. If he can deal with that pressure, I'm here to tell you physically he can deal with the punches and kicks of Lopez. It's just always a more dangerous game when you got to keep that focus and you got to deal with those punches and kicks for 25 minutes. That's a big ask. So what happens to Volk if he loses to Lopez? Everything at that point would be on the table.
Sean Brady's almost bullied himself into title contention, yeah. And the rankings think so too.
You know what's funny? I'm so happy he's there. I don't know why it makes us happy. Rankings don't matter too much when it comes to title conversations. That's why being in the top 10 is the most lucrative position you can be in the UFC, because doors open every single day. You're one fight away potentially from a title shot. That's why Jack's fighting for the title now.
Shavkat, in my opinion, is probably going to fight Bilal, right? Like, they did the face-off. Shavkat did them a favor with the Ian Gary fight. Would you be against Sean Brady versus Kamaru Usman?
I would love to see that fight.
People might think I'm crazy by suggesting that. But also remember, Kamaru did the UFC a fight favor. He fought Hamza and did a pretty good job on short notice.
Did a better job than I.
Didn't say that.
You were thinking it though. Shut up.
I'm not going to say anything.
He did a stellar job, dude. But that was going on 2 years.
When he knocked me down in the first and the second, those weren't like his positioning and his size and the length of his punch. That really did it, but it wasn't like damaging shots to the brain. It weren't that. It just kind of knocked me over with his weight. And then I got up in the second round and I started taking that round. And my second and my third round in that fight were good. But first punch of the fight, he got my rib. And my rib for 4 weeks after that fight, I couldn't, like, every time I got out of bed, it was a strain for me to move. He broke my rib, and then so I was dealing with that the whole fight, and it started slowing me down in the 5th and the 6th. We got to do it again, Jake, because you need to face the best version. I need more than 3.5 weeks. Give me 6 to 8.
Teraz vyzerá, že to tam založil Holzer hlbšie a je to hlboko. Wow!
Отожди! Почему не пришел? А ты почему послал? Подожди, а что входит у старшего дежурного? Следить за ними.
Brother, now you know. If you don't know, now you know.